Ladies and gentlemen, the Church of England did not vote for an Archbishop. The seat of Canterbury is vacant. It is impossible for Sarah Mullally, or however you pronounce the surname, to be the Archbishop of Canterbury. All that happened was a fake vote by a fake series of bishops to appoint a fake bishop to a seat that is currently vacant. I am a member of the Anglican Communion. I am telling you that most of the bishops of the Church of England are apostates. They are wolves in sheep's clothing. The Church of England needs an inquisition, a religious court to try the clergy against the standards of orthodoxy, and to remove and lay aside every heretical bishop and deacon and priest. And that would include the fake Archbishop. I want to give a quick talk about the appointment of a so-called Archbishop to the seat of Canterbury. Obviously, anyone who's been keeping up with the news knows that I'm talking about, what's her name? Sarah Mullally. Am I getting that name right? Hold on. Yeah. What's her name? So yeah, Sarah Mullally. She's been appointed, supposedly, as the Archbishop of Canterbury. And I want to start off by saying that if you are opposed to this idea, stop repeating the narrative that she is the Archbishop. She is not an Archbishop. She's not even a bishop. She's not even a priest or a member of the clergy. So stop going along with the narrative of those that are trying to capture the church. Right now, the seat of the Archbishop of Canterbury is vacant. It is empty. There is no one sat upon it, because the one who claims to be sat upon it is illegitimate and a heretic. Why do I say that she's a heretic?
Why?
Because she says that she is in favour of abortion. She says that she is in favour of trans ideology. She says that she is in favour of blessing gay marriages. Let's be clear. Abortion is murder. There are 7 things that God hates, and one of them is the shedding of innocent blood, and that the child was known by God from their conception and knitted together by God from within their mother's wombs. And so those that murder a child in abortion are committing murder. They are committing a crime. So when Sarah Mullally says that she is pro-choice, that she is in favour of abortion, and then also says that she is in favour of gay marriage, by the way, is not something possible within the Christian faith. Because to bless a homosexual union is to say that God is part of the union, that God has brought 2 people together. And God does not create gay marriage. It's ontologically impossible, because a marriage must be consummated. There must be a joining of flesh between the man and the woman. And so gay marriage cannot and does not exist. And so when she says she's in favour of abortion, and when she says she's in favour of gay marriage, she is saying that she is in favour of what God hates, and that she is also, ladies and gentlemen, saying that God is blessing something that he does not, which is to use the name of the Lord in vain. Furthermore, when she says that she supports the idea of transitioning genders, she is saying that you can have the wrong body for the wrong soul. That a man's soul can be in a woman's body and a woman's body can be in a man's soul. Whereas Scripture teaches that we are embodied souls. There is no possibility that your soul, if it is in a man's body, can be a woman's soul. This is Gnosticism. This is to create a separation between the material and the physical, something that the Scripture does not allow when it says that the nephesh is in the blood, that the nephesh, the soul, the breath, is in the flesh. Now, any one of these mistakes on their own could have meant that Sarah Mullally was simply a misguided Christian in needing of discipleship and education about the Christian faith. But the fact that she admits that she knows that people are opposed to her views, that she knows that there are Christians opposed to her views, even that they are opposed to her being a bishop, which is another thing that she's doing wrong, which I'll get on to. This constellation of heresy and error means that she has no excuse. She is anathema. She is a heretic. She is not a Christian. Jesus says that there will be wolves who come amongst us dressed as sheep. The robes of a bishop are the robes of Christian clergy. They are the dressings of the herd of Christ. But those who come into the church deliberately to undermine and to change its teachings, as Sarah believes that it is her responsibility to do, means that she is admitting she is a wolf in sheep's clothing. So what can we as Christians do in response to this? Here are some things you can do. Number one, stop going along with the narrative. Speak the truth. The seat of Canterbury, the seat of Canterbury, the see of Canterbury is vacant and empty. We have no Archbishop. Speak that truth. Correct the lie that there is someone appointed as Archbishop. Number two, declare her a person non grata in our churches. Do not welcome her. Do not honor her as a bishop. Do not recognize her authority to teach. Do not recognize her authority over your diocese, over your parishes. Refuse to obey. Rebel. Number three, starve these heretical bishops of your money. Faithful parishes of the Church of England have to pray and give money, ladies and gentlemen, to the diocese bishops. This is something that they can refuse to do. When you starve these clergy of money, their ministries will collapse. Ladies and gentlemen, don't give them your cash. Number 3, protest their appearances, disrupt their activities, obviously within the confines of the law and good taste. In other words, if they're officiating over a funeral, don't interrupt it. If they're officiating over someone's marriage, don't interrupt it. But if they're giving a press conference, protest them in the press conference. If they're giving a public speech, protest that public speech. Furthermore, faithful clergy should ally themselves with GAFCON or ally themselves with the bishops of the Free Church of England and create alternative structures of clergy to faithful bishops whilst rejecting the apostate bishops of the Church of England. Right now, it is important for evangelical Christians to unite with faithful, not liberal, Anglo-Catholic Christians in the Church of England to establish faithful clergy. And I challenge the Anglo-Catholic community to stop being so cowardly in opposing these wolves in sheep's clothing. Change your stance from one of survival to one of conversion of the Church of England. And I challenge churches like Holy Trinity Brompton to stop being so quietist and weak and soy in your opposition to these unfaithful clergy. What the Church of England needs right now is a full-blown civil war. What the Church of England needs right now is for a Protestant Reconquista to join the cross-bearer movement and to capture parish by parish churches and fellowships away from apostate bishops to faithful bishops. We need to make it so embarrassing for these wolves in sheep's clothing to rub shoulders with us that they choose to leave and set up some other group. Not a church, some other fake liberal religion of humanity. We need Christians to stop running away, stop going off and setting up new churches. Fight for the institution of the Church of England. Fight parish by parish, priest by priest, parochial council by parochial council, synod by synod, to return the Church of England to orthodoxy. Stop sulking, stop cowering, stop running off and setting up and joining other churches. Capture the seminaries, capture HR, capture the House of Bishops. Organise yourselves as a force within the Church of England to change it. Use the powers available to you to have removed apostate clergy from their seats. Oppose them. Stop running from them. Wear them out by your constant opposition. What we need in the Church of England is for faithful Christian politicians to use the power of Parliament to reform the Church of England once again and to place it under the guidance of the faithful bishops in Gafcon or the Free Church of England, and to dispossess heretical bishops of their seat. Use the powers of Parliament, faithful Christians, to work against these heretics in the liberal humanist movement that are capturing the Church of England and have appointed this apostate fake bishop as so-called Archbishop over us all. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen?